Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kagisho Ramatsa, an e-business consultant and a UNECE fact expert in transport and logistics domain. In this presentation, we will take a look at the UNECE fact collaboration project under the umbrella of UNTTC on multimodal transport reference data model, MMT, RDM in short, railway data standards mapping. The overall overview of this presentation is the scope of this project, the data mapping and the MMT RDM subsets, the resulting reusable publication artifacts, and the summary of this presentation. Now, the main focus of the project has been the conversion of railway cargo data to be interoperable with other modes of transport in the global supply chain by using UNCFACT semantic standards. The reuse of these UNCFACT semantic standards to prepare the standard for SMGS and SIM SMGS consignment nodes based on MMT RDM as subsets. Eventually, once the standards were ready, then to generate the artifacts to be used in implementation pilot projects. Looking at the mapping of the SMGS MMT RDM subset, we had analyzed the SMGS, commonly known as the if-min artifact message data requirements in preparation for the mapping to the MMT RDM, and then to create a usable data exchange structure subset for the implementation in pilot projects. We had mapped the use data elements from the if-min message and railway documents for the purpose of achieving multimodality by creating and mapping to the MMT RDM subset. In addition to the continuous collaboration with the experts, we then reviewed the results with the rest of the experts and the implementers in the railway sector. To create such a subset using mapping techniques and a specialist data modeling and mapping tool, we collected the data requirements from the paper-based combined SIM SMGS consignment node, which can be seen on the left-hand side of the screen, focusing mainly on the SMGS data requirements. And then the if-min message specification requirements used in the railway sector, which can be seen on the right-hand side of the graphic. Then we ended up with a UNCFACT compliant subset for SMGS to be used. Simultaneously, we worked also on the combined SIM SMGN subset mapping to the MMT RDM by performing an analysis of the SIM SMGS ECN data structure, which is the schema, and the mapping to the if-min family, which is then the subset of the MMT. We did this by mapping the possible data elements for the purpose of achieving multimodality from this ECN schema that was provided. Again, then the collection of the data elements from the combined SIM SMGS consignment node paper document for the purpose of mapping and creating the subset to the MMT. This work resulted in the creation of such a subset of the MMT. Similarly, we collaborated with the experts as well to review the results with the rest of the experts and the implementers of these standards in the railway sector. Here is also a practical representation following the same data modeling and mapping techniques principle as of the SMGS. We had mapped the data requirements from the SIM SMGS paper document, collected the common data elements also from the SIM SMGS ECN schema to have an MMT SIM SMGS subset. The huge effort of this collaboration work produced very usable publication artifacts in various formats possible, which are documented as human and machine readable from these railway data standard subsets we discussed in this presentation. These artifacts are in number one, word format, showing the mapping report of the subsets to if-min message. Number two, the guideline structure in Excel format with information like business names and definitions of the data elements, the reference, UNTDD numbers, and more. The other artifacts being the XSD schemas produced and ready to be implemented, and the published interactive web pages that could easily be browsed. In closing, this work encourages analysis and reuse of these produced UNCFAC global semantic standards in many implementation projects to achieve multimodal interoperability globally. The presentation had aimed on illustrating that these data exchange standards and artifacts are easy to operate and ready to be used for implementation projects, which also showed the availability of them in human and machine readable formats. For further information, you can follow the link provided here on building electronic documents from MMT, which was created by David Roth from the UNCFAC. Thank you for your time and your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.